Hi, it's Sandy Parker, and welcome to Crafting for Almost Everyone. Today we're going to look at Arteza watercolors, not really look at them, but figure out how you take a watercolor from a tube and put it into a pan and get it ready to go. I hope you'll stay tuned. The great people at Arteza sent me this set of 60 Arteza premium watercolors, which was really great, but they're in tubes, and I don't know anything. You know, you guys know I'm not an artist. I'm a crafter, and so I didn't know what the heck I was supposed to do other than put it in pans. Well, 60 pans seemed like it was cumbersome, and when I was at Pat Catan's during their closeout sale, I found these containers that lock closed, and I contacted Lindsay, the frugal crafter, and said, please give me the rundown on what I need to do. And she said, you need to add a product to these so they don't crack and fall out, and it can either be glycerin or honey. Those are the two options she gave me. And then when I was reading, I found that you really kind of need one of these deals. It looks like a toothpaste cruncher, which is kind of what it is. And I thought I would just go through the last two tubes with you and show you step by step exactly how I did mine, and then I'll show you my labeling system en route. So my last two colors are lilac and indigo. And I tried to do my colors in rainbow order. You'll see that when I bring the other box out. I'm going to turn my box sideways like this, and then I'm going to take the lid off my tube of paint. Because these are so big, keeping in mind I didn't know how much paint came out of a tube, and I didn't know, I bought these, okay, let me back up a step. I bought 20 of these little pans from AliExpress. These are full pans. Now that's what normal watercolorists use. So of course I didn't know size-wise what's too big. I know, I'm an idiot. Let's just go with I didn't know what I was doing. So I had this slot in the center that's open, and I thought, well, I can fill that with several to get to 60, because these only I think had 21 slots. In the end, I didn't have enough for 4 tubes of my 60 in 2 of these containers. So I didn't think that was bad. I didn't put white, black, neon pink, and I don't remember the last color. Okay, here's how you use this. I'm going to make sure that's out of the way so you can see it. You put the end of it, or kind of the end of it, in. I'm going to squeeze a little bit out so I don't have a big nightmare on my hands, because you know I'm going to do this and get it everywhere just because I'm on camera. You want to put it in like this. You think when you do this that you're going to end up turning it this way, but that's not the way you're turning it. You're turning it toward yourself. So you put it in, and you clamp it down like that. Then you hold it in place, squeezed tight like that. Hopefully I'm in camera. And then you turn it toward yourself, keeping it over the container you want your paint to go into. Trying as hard as you can to get it right over that pan. Can I see where I'm at? No, I can't. Can I tell if I'm getting it everywhere? No, I can't. But on the flip side, at least I know it's coming out, right? So once you've got that much out, what I did next is I enlisted Rich's help for the last step, because I really struggled with this squeezing this top section, you know, like right in there. I got as much as I possibly could out, and then I realized I was getting more on myself than I was getting out of the tube. So at this point, what I did was I made a graph, or a box chart, of how I wanted my colors, and I wanted them in kind of a rainbow order. You'll see that when you see the other box. But my last two are lilac and indigo. So what I did with the tube when I couldn't squeeze the rest out is I just wet my toothbrush. I wet my toothbrush, or a paintbrush, you be the one to decide, and then I just filled in that block. I got too much paint on there. So that I would know what lilac will look like. And then if I needed a little bit more, I can always get a little bit more out of my container. And sometimes I got way too much, like the color beside it. I just lost my mind when I was putting that in there. So then what I would do with the rest of this is I'd have Rich squeeze the rest in after I was finished. Okay? So that's what you do with the end result. I'll do one last tube just so you're sure you got a clue. like I do, but you know, we're going with the idea that I kind of know what I'm doing now. You're going to squeeze some of it in, just so you get a kind of a grasp on the bottom of the tube with this toothpaste squeezer. I think I bought this on eBay, but and I'll give you the link on that. Again, you're going to twist this little thing toward yourself, not away. You're thinking it's going to be the other way, but it's not. And if I can do this, I think pretty much anybody can if you have the use of both hands. Then we're just going to color this in. Indigo is like a blue color, but if you know the acronym for the rainbow, it's Roy G. Biv, which is red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. So I put it in the wrong order. It should be before that, but there's no place on that color chart, which surprised me, for tans and grays and browns, and that confused me because, as I said, I'm not an artist, so I didn't really know what I was doing there. But I filled them in wherever I could. Now what I did is I took my glycerin and I put several drops. I would say probably 10 to 15 drops in there. Because I used so much. You know, if I would have just used the little pans, I probably would have put like 5 or 6 little drops in. But because I did these whole big pans full of it, I wanted to make sure that I did a good job of putting as much in as I needed. I still don't think I did in my first set, and they're already dried because I did them about a week ago, and I wanted to have, you know, like a before and after for you to see. You're going to wipe off the end of your skewer. Oh, sorry, that was a skewer. You could use any kind of tool for this. You could use an old spoon. You could use craft sticks. But I didn't want to use a lot of tools, so I figured if I used a skewer, I could stick it in my water dish and wipe it off and reuse it. The key to this, at this point, is making sure that you do not close this lid to an airtight seal until these have dried out, or they could mold. So don't close these out until they are really super duper hard. What I'm going to do for mine, and this is one of the things that if you forget you have this tool, get it out, because I forgot I had it, and now I've used it twice in a week. This is a Xyron that is, I think it's called a station light. All you do, this is the easiest device in the world to use. You see this little pointy arrow? Okay, this is the one I did a week ago. So you're just going to use your little arrow and you're going to put it in. On my side I have a crank. So I'm just going to crank it through to the other side. And I'll crank so you can see it, hopefully. You want to make sure that your paper is out. Then you're going to push down on this red, see this red bar? I push it down, and then I just push that little bar all the way across. You can hear it cutting. There's one. Then we'll quickly put this one. Whoop! And you know when you go the wrong way because it makes that crunchy noise. And you can do it fast. Close that up. First time I did it slow just so you can see it. Okay, that one's done. I've used my Xyron for another day. Makes me happy when I can say that. Alright, then all you're going to do, I'm going to match up the ones I've done. You're going to take this and you're going to rub it just to ensure that your edges seal down on the paper and that the sticky adheres to the back. A Xyron creates a sticker. Everything that you use for a Xyron becomes a sticker, at least with this model. I bought another one that I thought was a Xyron sticker maker, and it turned out it was a Xyron laminator, which I didn't know that's what, I didn't even know they made them. So after I got it, I felt really stupid and I had to send it back. Okay, so you want it to go in the direction of your colors. Now you can see my colors are pretty super dry and they're still cracked. Now Rich did the ones in the back, he put the stuff in these ones. I did the front ones, so I'm not sure. The way mine are pulling away, I think he did a better job of putting enough of the glycerin in, and he put a lot more than I did. So that's my 2 cents on that. I think you should go with what Rich did. I'm just going to line this up and then push it down till it seals. Rub the whole face of it. And now I have my first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. I have 28 in this box, and then I have 28 in the other. And then it has a nice closure on it, so that box is done. Then on this one, remember we're going to leave this one open. And I might as well, I can put my top on it and take my backing paper off. And again, you want to put them in the same order that you colored them. If I didn't tell you, this is watercolor paper that I used. It is watercolor paper, because I wanted to make sure that this would be the same effect that I would get with regular paper. I thought this might be beneficial to those of you who maybe wanted to try your hand at tubes of watercolor paints and wasn't sure how to decant them. I think my system is going to work. At least I hope it will, and I hope I make Lindsay proud, because I went by her advice, and this is what she told me to do, so I went with it. One more thing I wanted to tell you that I did, and I haven't gotten them yet, but I ordered another 20, that's how these came, full pans from AliExpress, and my intent, let me close this box again, my intention is that what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this to this and put it in, and that way it raises it up to the same height as the other ones, and I'll be able to maybe magnetize them down or glue them down, but they are, when I use two of them, it's exactly the same height. So maybe I could use some tear tape or whatever. But that's my system that I'm going to use, is I'm going to double these up so that they're the same height. You know, to make it easier to use, I guess. And also so that I don't get a bunch of water, you know, like down inside, because I'm sticking my brush down in there. But that's what I was thinking. Anyway. One more note before I go. The really nice people at Arteza are giving you a 10% discount for buying this product if you're interested in it. As you know, that I only get products for free. I don't get any money if you buy anything, but it's nice that they give me that option for you to get that discount code. And I'll put all the information that you need to get that discount below. And I hope that you enjoyed this, that you give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Please tell your friends about me on social media, because you know I love that. And thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.